Are you sore because you've been exercising?
I'm sore because I live.
Oh, you're sore because you live?
Yes.
That is some heavy
Live and
duty.
breathe as a shrimp.
Oh, that's dangerous. Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah.
I'm Sheridan. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Sheridan is a shrimp, and I am encouraging her to live a good life. Anyway, I'm Sarah, and this is Sheridan, and we are here from Magpie Beauty USA, and we are coming on today. I'm so glad you're all here. We are going to be talking about chrome sandwiches. Beautiful chrome sandwiches. So a chrome sandwich is really anything that is using chrome as a design, whether that be as a finish over a glitter or over a flake or even over pigment. So we're going to show you a couple of different chrome sandwiches today and some different combinations. And hopefully that will inspire you to use your chrome in various ways, because oftentimes we're just chroming over a plain color, calling it good, and off they go. But we can just add a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more interest to the manicure just by adding one or two more steps. So we are going to hop right in. The first thing we're going to do is a chrome sandwich, just the traditional one, and that is going to be a glitter version. In this case, in this example, I used...
I love it.
I believe I used Sharon Glitter,
Cute.
the gorgeous Sharon. And then my chrome was, oh, I remember. My chrome was Shelly.
Oh, that's
So
stunning.
these two combinations, right? Shelly is a gorgeous chrome, but it reflects yellows and greens and oranges. That's what the colors that it's gonna look the prettiest over. But when you combine colors like this, it kind of just gives you a different effect. So don't be afraid to change it up and mix colors that maybe don't go together. So here we go. First thing is a chrome sandwich. I am going to be using Bobby Dazzler as my gel polish color. And when we're using chrome, if you caught my live last night, I talked about if your client wants chrome, you need to think about that at the beginning of the service. Because if we do a structured nail and it is the traditional thickness of a structured nail, by the time we finish a chrome design, oftentimes you have a really thick, bulky nail. So you need to ask your client what they want at the start. That way you can kind of do a little bit of math, maybe reduce the size of your structure. That way you can put on a layer of gel polish, which in this case, Bobby Dazzler needs a 60-second cure, so I'm going to have Sheridan put that in the lamp. And then you would go in with today we're going to be going in with a layer of Livy Glitter, which let's all take a moment to love her. And then on top of Livy, we're going to go in with a chrome top coat. Then we're going to go in with a chrome, which today let's choose, let's go a little bit off the cuff and use Jenny.
Cute.
A little bit of orange action with our purple. And then on top of that, we have to put on a protective coat, followed by a final top coat. So when we're doing chrome, it can quickly become very, very thick and bulky. So at the beginning of the service, if your client wants chrome, make sure that you're doing just a little bit of math and reducing the thickness anywhere you possibly can. All right, my Bobby Dazzler is almost cured. Excellent. Again, all of our gels are a 60-second cure. I'm going to just use our applicator brush, and I'm going to go into my Livy Glitter. And for those of you who might not be used to working with dry glitter, it's very, very simple. With a tacky layer of Bobby Dazzler, I'm just going to pat this directly onto the nail.
That is the cutest combo.
I love this. On toes, it like sparkles in the sun. It is amazing. Love this combination.
Livy, you beauty.
And I find that with chrome sandwiches, if you want the biggest bang for your buck, use a holographic glitter. So this hollow is purples and pinks and things like that. You can also use the kind that are traditional. For instance, I have over here Erin, which has a traditional hollow in it. Or we have Dottie, which is our most traditional hollow. So holographic glitters are definitely going to give you the biggest payoff underneath of that chrome. That being said, we're also going to show you one that doesn't use hollow because it is equally as beautiful. It's just a different outcome. So what I'm doing is just rubbing this flat and taking off any excess that I possibly can. And I'm doing that, I'm being extra careful because I don't want to top coat this twice. I only want to do it one time. That way I'm saving some of my thickness. So I'm gonna go through and if this was on a client, I would use my duster brush, make sure that I got all of the extra dust off. And then I'm going to go in with a glitter top coat. This top coat is designated for when we are top coating glitter like this. That way we aren't ruining our regular top coat, and then clients who don't like glitter don't want glitter in their manicure, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna put on a very thin layer. When we're doing chrome, we don't need thick layers of top coat. I'm just gonna put on a thin layer, making sure that I get all of that glitter encapsulated. And then, if you saw my live again last night's live was really, really great. Had lots of good tips and tricks, so you can go back and watch that if you're needing help with chrome. But you need to give your top coat plenty of time to lay itself flat. Sometimes we can hold the hand upside down to allow it to self-level, but really how this cures is what's gonna show when you do your chrome. So if it goes in bumpy and it cures bumpy, you're gonna have bumpy chrome. So make sure you're giving your top coat plenty of time to level out, do what it needs to do, and then in we go for a full 60 seconds.
I'm gonna want that on my nails.
It's gorgeous. And then we're gonna use Jenny. Jenny is it reflects oranges and yellows and golds. It's so pretty, gorgeous, absolutely stunning. We're gonna use that as our chrome.
Do you like to cure? Some people talk about curing for 30 seconds with their
Some people
top it
do,
off.
yeah. Some people definitely cure for 30 seconds and then they chrome and then you go in for the other 30 seconds. I've never tried it that way, but I haven't ever had trouble with my top coat curing or absorbing the chrome. So really, I think it depends on what you're using, or if your client is being like really good about going fully in the lamp, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to go halfsies in the lamp. We want to go fully in the lamp. Wherever the lights are, that's where we need our fingers to be so that it gets a full cure.
I always do 60 seconds too.
Yeah, you've never done the 30?
No, I always wonder if it makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm just using our chrome tool, just a very little bit of chrome. You don't need a ton. Chrome will really last you forever.
Miss Tammy Miller said I did Beach Bum with Pandora today, and it was gorgeous.
Ooh, absolutely
Love that.
beautiful combination. Beautiful. All right, so there we go. There's that orange with the purple. It's kind of beachy.
Yeah, that is
almost.
GT.
That feels so pretty.
It's fun to play because you never really know what's going to come out.
Yeah,
of
I
it.
never would have chosen this this combination. Wow, that is very, very pretty. So with our chrome, oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you have that. I'm going to close my chrome, and then following through on our steps for having chrome that won't chip, we make sure that all of the dust is taken off, because any of the dust that is left behind will create pixelated instead of chromed outcomes. So we don't want pixely chrome, we want smooth chrome. Then you go through and you just very gently file that free edge. We're not taking off color, we're not taking off anything, we're just creating a scratched area. And then I'm gonna go in with my Give Me Strength Clear. You could also go in here with Get a Grip or Rubber Up if you prefer. At this table where we're working, we have some Get a Grip or Give Me Strength Clear. So I'm just gonna go in with just a thin layer. And I know that it might not be a habit for you to cap that free edge, but when we're working with chrome, just really follow all of the rules, because if you want your chrome to last and not chip, that's why we filed the free edges, so that the gel had something to grip to right here. So just take a moment, cap that free edge, and then in we go for a full 60 seconds. And then once that comes out, I will put on a finishing top coat of one more layer of Top It Off, and then that nail will be done. So there's our first chrome sandwich, and I'm gonna turn the time over to Sheridan so that she can walk you through an aura nail.
Okay. I'm going to do, instead of doing a pigment aura, I'm just going to do a glittery one.
So a pigment aura.
Yep.
We have a reel of this design on our page using the brand new pigments, the summer pigments that just came out. But she's going to throw a little bit of a twist and use a
A flake.
flake.
So I'm gonna go in
Aura.
with the ever favorite of mine, which is Dazzle.
You are obsessed.
I'm obsessed. Like, I think everybody needs it.
Absolutely.
Everybody should have it in their collection.
What I love about Dazzle is that it can be a chrome. It can also be used as a flake. So it really is a dual purpose, and I love a dual purpose.
Me too. So, because I'm doing an RNL, I don't need very much product, so I'm just going to go in just the cap of my lid, and I'm going to start out with just a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to go right in the center of the nail and just put the most of the product right in the middle. And then if I need to, oh, I didn't even talk about, this is a base coat of Forget Me and Not, and I cured I did 2 layers just so it showed the color, but you could just do 1 color. And I'm going right into the tacky layer, and I want that just a little bit more punchy. And you're just kind of pressing your applicator brush, now that it doesn't have any product on it, around those edges, and it's going to diffuse that outer layer, that outer harsh line, so that it's nice and blurred out. And that alone is good enough for me. I'd wear it.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, and then once you get it to where you like it, all you gotta do is now go in with your top coat, but I'm going to close this first because I will knock it over, and then that's the end of the day. So now I'm gonna go in with my Top It Off and just do a thin layer right over top of it, and then we'll do the chrome over that. And you could do this same effect with a pigment. It's the same steps. You could do it with the tacky layer, or you could do it on a matte top coat. I know that's like the traditional way of doing an RNL. I find doing like a neon one, if you want that really like harsh neon color, do it on the tacky layer. It'll give you a bigger payoff of that neon color. Okay.
What I like about using the flakes as your aura is that you can have a ton of leeway because you're putting it on a sticky layer. If you'll put that in that lamp for me. Yeah, since you're not putting it on the velvet top, right? Like this, the pigments go over that matte top coat, but this you're able to do really, really fast because it's just on the tacky layer of the gel, which is so nice.
I love the flakes. I think that they're a little underrated.
Absolutely.
Beauties.
Mm-hmm.
What color should we do over Miss Dazzle?
Over Dazzle.
Maybe Brighty. Maybe, I don't know, Pandora. Ooh.
I like both of those.
Let's do Pandora and just see what it looks like. So it has this little bit of pink and blue to her, so we'll see how she turns out. Another tip, if you store your chromes like this, if you go like this, sometimes they don't always come to the bottom, and then you open it up and it goes whew. So if you just tap the cap, it'll bring everything down to the bottom, so then you can just open it up and it's not gonna be right in your face.
Good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna grab just a little bit of Pandora, and I'm not gonna use 10,000 gallons of it.
A little really does go a long way with chrome.
Oh.
Can you hear that? That squeak. It's a good cure. It's a real good cure.
That's how you know your chrome's good. I didn't get my top coat super even right up here, and you can kind of tell up there, so I left it so you can see the imperfections, that if you don't get your top coat good and let it self-level, it will show all of your stuff. So I don't think I cured for a full 60, and it looks a little pixelated. Yeah.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but she's still pretty.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Love that.
So then now following through, she's going to go through and file that free edge.
Yep.
And then put on a layer of Give Me Strength. And what this does is it just seals in that chrome. Because remember, when we're working with chrome, we are sandwiching a powder in between two gels that don't belong together. This gel does not live over this, right? So usually a no wipe top coat doesn't really like gels on top of it because it doesn't have an inhibition layer. So when we are sandwiching a pigment, a powder, in between two gels that don't belong together, you really have to just give insurance and just follow the steps. So she's going to file that free edge. She's going to put on a layer of Give Me Strength Clear, or you could use Get a Grip or Rubber Up, whichever clear gel you prefer, and make sure she caps that free edge. Then once that's cured, you would go in with your Top It Off and have your finishing gel, and voila, it would be done. So speaking of, if you'll put in that
I will.
design,
Sure will.
thank you. And this one, let me show you what happens. So when we're working with our gels, we want to make sure that it gets fully in the light. So sometimes when we're working on these pops and they sit up higher and they're not directly under light that can be seen on all sides of the nail, then you might have something like this happen. So if this were to ever happen with your Magpie gels, your client is not putting their hand in properly in the lamp. And this is just proof of that. I'm not going to correct it since we're on a nail pop. I'm not going to waste the nail pop. I am going to continue with this design. But if this was my client, let me tell you what I would do. I would put this back in the lamp for a full 60 seconds to make sure that even though this has rippled or wrinkled, I want to make sure that it's fully cured. So I'm going to have Sheridan put that in for 30 seconds since we're working on a nail pop. And then I'm going to go in with a very thin layer of Island Girl and let that self-level over the wrinkle and then put it back in for a full 60 seconds. Now, on this nail pop, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I think I just said I would, but we'll speed it along since it's a nail pop. But if this was a human, this is how I would correct it. So you don't have to take off the gel. You can move forward and this will self-level over the wrinkle, put the hand back in for a full 60-second cure, making sure your client knows how to do that, and then the wrinkle will be gone. Voila. So, if I can have that, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I have chosen, because we're having a play, and in these examples, we chose colors that really do go well together, but during the live, we decided to kind of be a little bit more daring with our color choices. So my background color is Island Girl, which love.
Love, love.
And then I'm going to go in with Laura Ann, and you can automatically see those don't quite go together, but I wanted to see what would happen if the Island Girl would shine through or not, and then we're going to chrome over that. And I am going to chrome over with,
There's so many good
let's
ones.
choose, do I choose a silvery?
Good, that'd be pretty.
Maybe I'll go over with Brighty. Just so it has just that chrome feel, but it doesn't have a color to it since we already have colors that might not be marrying together quite so well. So let's see what happens. So again, this is Laura Ann Flake. And when we're working with flakes, it's very similar to the glitters. But the biggest thing I can tell you is don't breathe into the pot of flakes because they are very lightweight and they will go flying all over you and your client.
They can smell fear.
Yes. So we don't want to go into the the pot of flakes or anything like that. So since if you could see us, we're like working pretty far away, so I can even keep talking. But if I was working with a client in closer proximity, I would definitely hold my breath during this point. All right, so I've laid all of those flakes down. You can see everything is laid down so that nothing is going to gather inside of my top coat, and it's not going to have any bumps or lumps, which that is really pretty.
It is really pretty. It's kind of mermaidy.
It is mermaidy.
Yeah.
That is really just very, very lovely. All right. Then I'm going to go in with my glitter top coat. Now that doesn't mean it has glitter in it. It just means that when I use loose glitter, this is the top coat I'm going to use so that it doesn't contaminate my traditional top coat.
I love the flakes from Magpie because they can go over so many things and give such different effects. Like Laura Ann over pinks. Totally different than
over this green.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm just giving this, I don't know, 5 or 10 seconds. If I was on a client, I would be working on multiple nails, which is going to give this its couple of seconds to self-level, make sure everything is how I want it to be, and then we'll go in the lamp, under the light, make sure your client's going in properly, for a full 60 seconds. And then, now that it has like a mermaid feel, I don't know that I want to use Bridie.
Yeah, what about like Ruth or Shelley?
Yeah, let's go Ruth and have maybe a little pink feel with our greens. And then I feel like it's going to turn into one of those chrome ABs where it has all the colors. So I think, yeah, Ruth is a really good idea. Which, let me show you Ruth on my black glove.
Ooh.
So it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna still give that mermaid feel. Yum.
Pretty.
Very pretty. All right.
Your glove in the camera is like really fun.
It's just so pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to grab my chrome tool, and if I had a table towel, I would just wipe out this excess, or if I had a little gauze, and you just wipe out the excess of what is in here. But I'm just going to wipe it on my glove for now. But that's how I clean my tool, is just gently wipe that out. All right, I'm going to gather up a little bit of Ruth. That's actually a ton of Ruth, so you don't need a lot. And
ooh.
Yep, that just added to that mermaid feel, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Beautiful.
That's pretty.
So you can see the flakes give just a slightly different effect than the glitter, but they are equally as effective.
Pretty.
So very pretty.
It'd be fun to do like your nail art on top of that, like little mermaid scales.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Cute.
Very cute. All right, so walking through the chrome steps one last time, we're going to take off all of the loose chrome. This would be out of the cuticle area, the sidewalls. Make sure all of the loose chrome is gone, even under the free edge. Any loose chrome that gets into your top coat will create a pixelated look. Then we go through and we just gently file that free edge. And then you're going to remove that dust, just so that you don't have texture. And then we're going to go in with a layer of a clear gel. In this case, we're using Give Me Strength Clear. And cap the free edge. And then we'll give that a full 60-second cure. If it was a human, it would be full 60 seconds, but we can go for 30 seconds because we're on a nail pop. And then the last thing that we would do is finish off with one layer of Top It Off. That is a really fun combination.
I really do like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the combinations of all.
Yes.
All
So fun.
Yep.
So while that is curing, because I can top coat off screen, let's go over it one more time. So today we did chrome sandwiches, and this one is using the Summertime Pigments, and then I put Bridie over top. This one, do you remember what this glitter in chrome is?
I believe it's Angelica.
Angelica is the glitter.
Maybe Shelley?
Shelley is the chrome.
Yep.
This one is Jack with
glazed over
glazed chrome. Glazed is the chrome she used. Now that one is going to give you, it's kind of the same on same, right? Whereas some of these we went opposite colors, but Jack and glazed both have that pink silvery, and so that gave you that ultimate pink silvery hue, which is so pretty. This one is the most traditional. This is Faith Glitter with Pandora over top. And then we did a couple of aura nails. This is again using just the Summertime Pigment, the yellow pigment, and then I used Chrome AB as my chrome. This one?
Sapphire, and
Sapphire is
that's
the dust.
Leaky dust, and I believe it's Twyla.
Gorgeous. Yep, there is a blue hue to it, so I would say that's Twyla. And then today you made this one. What was this one?
That is Blue Sky with Stella and
Stella glitter
Berry
and Berry chrome.
Yep.
And then this one today I did with Sheridan glitter, which is purpley toned holographic. And then I put, I think earlier I said Shelly, but I think I put a Nona. Gorgeous.
Yeah, it does have
gorgeous.
a Nona feel.
And then of course the ones that we did today on the live. Let's go over what those were one more time. So I used Livy glitter, and then I used Jenny chrome, which is this orangey toned chrome. So that kind of is fun, kind of feels like a sunset. And then you used Dazzle Dust.
Yep.
With what chrome?
Pandora.
Pandora chrome. Pandora is an oldie but a goodie. Do you see how that is red? It's beautiful, beautiful. And then last but not least, we used it with the flake, which is Laura Ann flake. And then we used Ruth. Ruth was our chrome over top, which has a pink hue, but in this case you can only see the gold, and I think that is stunning.
Yeah, it's mermaidy.
Absolutely gorgeous. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. You can get all of these products and more at magpiebeautyusa.com. And of course, if you ever have any questions regarding Magpie products, we are always happy to help. So just send us a message, send us an email, and we will help troubleshoot any of the things that you might be dealing with. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye.